Okay, hi everyone. Today we will be starting with another important topic, that is seed dispersal and germination. We have been studying about this since our childhood. We know what seeds are, we know they grow into a plant. Now we will study more in detail about the various types of plants, how they disperse their seeds, how each seed is formed, what are the types of seeds, where do they go, how does it grow, all right, what are the methods. Okay, this is a very interesting chapter, so let's start. Seed embryo cotyledon. The embryo is a young plant, okay, that develops from a fertilized ovule within a seed. So a seed has a fertilized ovule, okay, inside it, which will grow into an embryo, and embryo is the young plant, the young plant that grows into a bigger plant. So that is the embryo. The seed contains the embryo. Okay, the embryo consists of three main parts: the embryonic root, the okay, so the embryo consists of three main parts: the embryonic root, that is called radicle. Root means radicle, RR, always remember. The embryonic shoot, shoot is the plumule. Okay, let me underline it for you nicely. And the cotyledons. Now I understand what is the root, I understand what is the shoot, right? Now what is cotyledon? All right, in a seed, what is the cotyledon? Cotyledons are seed leaves. Okay, so if you've ever seen the kidney beans, the rajma and all, it is divided into two parts like this, right? These are the seed leaves. These two are seed leaves. What are seed leaves? What do seed leaves do? Seed leaves store food reserves for developing plant. They store food for the developing plant. There are two types of embryo cotyledons, monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Okay, so there are two types of cotyledon. These are the ones storing food. Okay, so what are we eating when we are eating kidney beans? We are eating that food which was stored for the seed. All right, these contain food, these contain carbohydrates, for which was meant for the developing plant. Okay, so that developing plant which needed food was in the cotyledons, these two cotyledons, right? So there are two types of cotyledons, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. These are plants with a single cotyledon. The mono means single, always remember, mono means single cotyledon. Examples include grasses, corn, wheat, rice. These have seeds that contain monocotyledons. Alright, what are monocotyledons? Only single cotyledon, okay, a single cotyledon which contains all the food for the seed to grow. Okay, all the food for the seed to grow. Now we come to dicotyledons. What are dicotyledons? Di means two over here. Okay, di means two cotyledons. Here you see two cotyledons. Examples of such seeds are beans, peas, sunflowers and roses. Alright, beans, peas, sunflowers and roses. Okay, so for example, in a kidney beans, in a rajma, right, rajma, kidney beans, okay, it is a dicotyledon. It has two of these cotyledons, and these cotyledons have food for it. Over here it will have a shoot, okay, and from here it will develop a root, right? Here will go the shoot. It will grow using this food that is in the seed, in the cotyledons. Let me show you with the perfect diagram. So this is a bean seed. Now if there was a single bean, it would look something like this from the front. If I cut open this, all right, I have cut open this and opened it into a half. It's opened its two halves. Open it. Now we can see what is inside. Okay, so these are the epicotyl. These two are the epicotyl. What is this? This is what will grow into a shoot. Epicotyl means it will go into a shoot. The front part or the top part of the plant. Okay, the stem. This will grow into a stem, right? I have hypocotyl that is shown at both. Now this is a monocotyledon. Monocotyledon seed. Okay, this is a dicot. This is a monocot. Now you understand what is the difference. This can be opened into two halves. This is only one half. This is corn seed, monocot. This is bean seed, dicot. See this light greenish part? This is the cotyledon. Alright, you see this has food. This has food. In the monocot, this has food. This dark orangish part, this has food. For food for who? For the seed to grow, for the embryo. Alright, this part is embryo. This whole is embryo. Okay, and this is a seed coat. Seed coat, what is the seed coat? The seed coat protects the seed from outer environment. Alright, before it goes into the soil, into favorable conditions for the seed to grow, it has a seed coating which protects it from wind, from water, from any resistance, from hurt, alright, from changing conditions. Okay, so the seed coat protects it. This is an endosperm. Okay, endosperm. Now I will show you in a coconut. Alright, see a coconut. Coconut is also a seed. Alright, this has an outer brown hard covering, that is the seed coat. Inside it, it has an embryo. Right, it has a radicle, that is the root. It has cotyledons. See, this is the cotyledon. This part is the cotyledon for coconut. Seed dispersal is the process by which seeds are transported away from the parent plant to a new location for germination. Alright, so seed dispersal is the process by which seeds are transported away from parent plant. So for example, if this is a plant, alright, this is a plant having leaves, right? It developed a fruit. It contains the seed. Alright. Now this seed has to go away from the plant to grow away somewhere else. Right? To grow as a plant somewhere else. So the same species of the plant stays alive. Right? Since plants are living, they have seeds. Seed dispersal is the process by which this seed will grow away from the parent plant. Okay, it is the process by which this will be transported somewhere else. The seed will go somewhere else. Alright, so what happens is, plants to a new location for germination. The dispersal mechanism helps plants colonize new areas, reduce competition with parent plants, and increase genetic diversity. What does dispersal help us with? It will help the plant to grow in more areas. Alright, so for example, a particular plant is growing in Delhi, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Alright, that is due to dispersal. It has dispersed or spread its seeds in so many places, in such wide places, that it is now growing over a particular area now. Okay, in a particular geographical condition. It reduces competition with parent plants. So if the seed would have grown over here only, these two plants would be competing, alright, for resources like sunlight, for water, for nutrients, okay, for space to grow. So these two will be competing. So that is why dispersal is done a little far away from parent plant. It also increases genetic diversity, like I told you. So genetic diversity would be to grow bigger fruits, to grow bigger. Alright, if it goes into a very fertile soil, it might grow very big. Okay, if it is a very genetically advanced seed, it might give a very nice fruit. So for example, a twin banana, it exists, it is a genetic diversity, right? This happens. There are various methods of seed dispersal. So there are various methods to it. Dispersal by wind dispersal. Seeds that are lightweight with structures like wings and parachutes are carried by the wind to new areas. Example, dandelions, maple trees and thistles. Let me show you. This is an example of wind dispersal. See the diagram. This is a dandelion. Alright. When wind blows, these have seeds. Alright. These little flower like structures, these are very lightweight. These have the property of flowing away in the wind. Alright, so when it will flow away in the wind, it will sooner or later it will land on some fertile soil. Alright, not all will, but some of these seeds will land on some fertile soil and will grow. This is dispersal due to wind. This plant is sending away its seeds in the wind. This one as well. See, this is a parachute like structure with a seed. The seed is very lightweight. It can flow away easily in wind. Water dispersal. Seeds that are buoyant and can float on water are dispersed through rivers, streams, ocean. Examples include coconuts, water lilies and willow trees. A basic example would be of coconut. You see coconuts on islands. Alright. Now nothing else grows. Why does only a coconut grow? Coconut can disperse through water. Let me show you. See this. This is dispersal through water. This will float around in water. It will grow a shoot and a root, and when it comes to the land, it will grow further. It will go into the land and it will grow further. Okay, water lilies, willow trees, they all go through water dispersal. Okay, animal dispersal. Now, how do animals help seeds to be dispersed? External dispersal or internal dispersal. Seeds have adaptation to attach to the fur, okay, feathers and skin of animals and are transported to new place. So nature devised a very smart plan that since animals are coming to eat the fruits, to get nectar from the flowers, why not use them to send away the seeds? So honeybees, right? Honeybees, the pollen grains get attached to honeybees. The birds, since birds eat the fruit, they will take away the fruit, they will drop the fruit after eating it, and the fruit will contain the seed. That seed will grow. Alright, so plants got very smart and they used device, they adapted to eating and hunting, getting hunted and eaten by the animals, to devise as a way of reproducing, to send away their seeds. So maybe a bear or any animal that eats a particular plant. Okay, so that plant has devised the method that it will attach to the fur of that animal, okay, to the feather of that bird, to the skin of that animal, and whenever this animal is traveling, it will transport my seed. Okay, this is external dispersal. Now examples include burdock, burrs and some grasses. These are the names of the plants that do this. Internal dispersal. Seeds are eaten by animals, alright, and after passing through the digestive system, it has a seed coating. It is not digested. They are excreted in different locations, often with a nutrient rich covering. Example include berries, fruits and nuts. So what happens is, an animal will eat that fruit in large quantities. It will pass through its digestive system. Since seeds have a seed coating, they will not be digested. Alright, and whenever this animal has traveled some other place, it will excrete that waste material, and in that waste material will be seed. Alright, this seed will then grow over there as a new plant. Let me illustrate you. So dispersal by water, mangrove, you know mangrove trees, alright. In India, in the Sundarbans, we have mangrove trees, pandanus seeds, date palm fruits, coconuts, lotus, all is done through water dispersal. This is animal dispersal. What does this bird do? This bird will eat this berry, the fruit. It will go inside the bird, and this bird will poop out the seed. Alright, and the seed will grow. Okay, this is dispersal. Sometimes it will just eat and drop the fruit. Again, that seed will go into the soil and it will grow. Simple. Okay, now comes another important thing, that is self-dispersal. Now, what is self-dispersal? Some plants have mechanisms to disperse seeds themselves. Alright, some plants have mechanisms to disperse seeds themselves. Now, some plants said that I won't use animals or birds or anything, or water or any natural thing. I will do it myself. That is explosive dispersal. Seeds are forcefully ejected from the seed pod when it dries up or is disturbed. So some plants have seed pods. Okay, what are seed pods? When they dry up or when they are disturbed, a seed will be released. Example include pea pods, touch me not plants, violets. You see a pea, mutter, pea, right? When you open it, the peas fall out. Alright, that is another example of explosive dispersal. Another is bursting dispersal. Seed pods burst open when they are mature, releasing the seeds. So what it will do is, once the seed pods become a mature seed pod, it will burst automatically, release the seeds into the ground, include balsam plants and sweet peas. Alright, so peas basically use self-dispersal. Okay, let me show you another diagram. Dispersal, this animal eating is a dispersal. Okay, seed, this is through wind. Also I have animals carrying the word. I have seed dispersal by bursting sea over here. This pea, mutter, pea has burst open. These peas are falling. Shaking, okay. Water dispersal, that is coconut, right? Now, seed germination. What is the process of germination? Seed has been dispersed. It has reached good soil. Now what will happen? How will it go into a plant? The development of the seed to a plant, that is germination. Seed germination is the process by which a seed begins to grow into a new plant. It requires specific environmental conditions and a series of steps to occur successfully. Okay, so it requires a series of steps. Okay, from it will undergo a little shoot, a little root, then it will grow further and further and further. These stages occur in germination. The main requirements for seed germination are water, oxygen, suitable temperature, and sometimes light. So I know that seeds need sunlight. I know they need water. I know they need air, right? If the seed has all these conditions, it will grow, it will germinate. The first option is absorption of water. So the first thing that happens is absorption of water. Water enters the seed through the seed coat. Water is something that can enter the seed coat, causing it to swell and activate the dormant embryo. So the embryo was inside the seed. As soon as water goes under the soil and it reaches the seed, it passes through the seed coat, right? Let me show you. Consider this a seed. This has a seed coat. Okay, this has a seed coat. Water droplets will fall inside it. Water, okay, it goes inside it, and there is an embryo, that is a fertilized egg of the flower, that is inside it. All right, this will burst. Okay, the seed coating will try to come out. This embryo will awaken. Okay, now it is getting favorable conditions, so it will try to grow. Okay, activate the dormant embryo. What does dormant means? Like a sleeping, in a sleep cycle. Activation of enzymes. Enzymes present in the seed are activated. There are a lot of enzymes in the seed. They are activated, which break down stored food reserves like cotyledons into simpler forms that can be used by growing embryo. So as soon as water goes inside, the enzymes inside the cell, inside the seed already present, will start to activate. They will start to act. They will use this cotyledon as food for this embryo to grow. Okay, let me show you. This was the seed. It grows into the soil, water falls, it starts growing a little shoot, it starts growing a little root. This grows further, these both grow further, further until it grows into a big plant which has seeds of its own, fruits of its own. Radical emergence. R means radical, R is for root. The embryonic root, the radical, emerges from the seed first. So first the root comes out. Let me show you. First the root comes out. Alright. And grows downwards into the soil to anchor the plant. What is the function of the root? To take up nutrients and to provide structure to the seed so that it does not flow away, to give it a anchor. Anchor means something that holds you. Alright, a ship has an anchor that looks like this, right? It goes, when ship docks, it anchors, alright, so that it does not flow away, move. That is why roots act as anchors. Shoot emergence. After the root comes the shoot, which is the plumule. Emerges next, grows upwards towards the light. It grows towards the light. Root grows towards the gravity. Shoot grows towards the light, forming the stem and leaves, right? Forming the stem and leaves, right? Stem and leaves. Development of cotyledons. The cotyledons either remain underground as seed leaves, monocots, or emerge above the ground and turn green. So in dicotyledons, in dicots like beans, those outer cotyledons will also grow with the shoot and they will become leaves. In monocots, they remain underground. They give the seed food from being underground only. Okay. Now we come to photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Once the cotyledons develop, alright, once the cotyledons develop, they start producing food through photosynthesis. Now they contain chlorophyll. Now the cotyledons have developed. Okay, now it has leaves. It starts providing energy for further growth. Now all the food has been used out of the cotyledons. Now it will make its own food through photosynthesis. Okay, see over here. After this has been used, now it has leaves. Leaves contain chlorophyll. They will take in sunlight and they will help the plant grow further through photosynthesis. Okay. The plant continues to grow, producing more leaves, stems and roots, eventually becoming an independent organism. So now it has become an independent organism which will later have its own flowers, will later have its own fruits, right? Flowers are what develop into fruits. Okay. So after this seed will also disperse somewhere. So that was what is seed dispersal and germination. I hope you liked the lecture, enjoyed it. Thank you.